Hi everybody, myself Jasmine Kaur from Health, Wellness and Fitness course. So today I will be discussing about the field trip reflection. We went to the Gateway Neurophysio and we just observed the environment of the physio. And there they treated people who were affected by Parkinson disease. So first of all, the first question is of the reflection is that any five environmental observations that I observed in the physio clinic. So first of those was space layout and the space that was in the physio. So basically observing the environment is very important when we visit a new place. So we first of all, when we observe the place carefully, we came to know about so many things. So first of all, I will talk about the space. So basically the space was very wide. The most interesting thing is regarding the floors. The space was very wide and was accommodating the mobility aids, the ropes, the walkers, or in this type of environment. I think spaces are so important because the participants can move easily without any feeling restrictions or any type of pain. They were very comfortable. I really observed that the patients of Parkinson's, they were very easily able to do the movements. They were very easily to run, to walk. They were very easily doing the exercises. Yeah, so I think that the space was very wide and was very good. So secondly, I would talk about the wall paint, the wall that was beside the washrooms or the rooms. I noticed that the theme of painting the wall was so nature, about the nature, and we just asked about the painting, and the staff told us that that was just painted by a person that was coming here to take the physio and was a Parkinson patient. So that was the most interesting thing that I observed in the physio or in the clinic, that I really liked it. As myself also, I like painting, but that was basically based on the nature. And the most interesting thing was that it was painted by the patient, right? So that was the most beautiful thing that I observed. Secondly, at the now talking about the third thing was the safety features. So when participants or when patients were doing the movement, safety features, some like grabbing the bars or some additional support that was required to the equipment, that was very essential, and that was very nicely or very carefully provided to the patients in that physio. These features basically help patients to secure them, to do the transitions, changing the exercise from first to second, doing the transitions between the exercises in different areas, right? And they were doing the exercises near the walls, or some chairs were put near them so that they can get the support, right? So basically talking about fourth thing, seating arrangement, there was very good seating arrangement. There was the sofas were kept, or the chairs and tables were kept while entering the physio. The main important thing is that, so the seating arrangement was very good, and the environment was very friendly, clean. And so the fifth thing I noticed was there was a book, there was a pamphlet type kept near the reception area, near the front desk. The book name was Diagnosed with Parkinson's, Now What. That was that was such an inspiration for people who were suffering from a Parkinson disease, and was inspired and edited by Liz, I think. Yeah, so that was the fifth main thing that I observed there. So the second question is that what did I notice in the participants? What were the similarities and what were the differences? So mainly the main observation was there was a movement variability when we were doing the various exercises or movements in the Parkinson Wellness Center. We observed that not every individual or every participant was doing the same movement. Some of them were not able to perform the same exercises in same directions or with the same you know the time or the tempo. So second thing was the range of motion, right? So there was basically a difference at the how the participants were flexible or how greatly they were able to stretch their body or how they were doing their exercises. There some of them were limited to a particular range of motion and some were doing the good exercise. So there was some of them were having injury in their arm or shoulder. Yeah, I noticed one person when we were doing the resistance band or the resistance ring type exercise. I just gave them the exercise, I just gave them the equipment, but they were not happy to use the equipment and they told me that they were having the injury in their shoulder. So basically that was the difference that I noticed, that others were doing with the equipment but he was not able to do because of his injury. So basically the third thing is the energy level. So basically the energy level matters. Some of them were very energetic and were doing the exercises very quickly and very fastly. When we were doing the exercises, the gun shoot exercise, we need to turn quickly and do the action of the gun and shout the loudly like a bang, right? Some of them were very energetic, some of them were doing very fastly and were shouting loudly, but some of them, they were just quiet and doing the performing the exercises. And mainly we just came to know that the main thing for shouting was that to stop the choking of, right, this thing. So the next thing I observed was the way of communicating. Some of them were very friendly, they were communicating with each other, doing the conversation or sharing their feelings. But some of them were very hesitating or were very limited to their boundaries, or they were not too much talking with each other. And sometimes I think in Parkinson the communication could be a challenge, and some of them were very much enjoying with doing the exercises or the movements with the instructors, and some of them were just were not able to understand the verbal cueing, so she was giving the visual cueing to them. So yeah, I think this was the also thing that I observed, something similarities and some differences in them. So basically the third thing that I want to share is that what observations did I make with the staff and a class instructor. So basically the class instructor or the staff members play a very important role, right, in teaching the student. So there were some of the observations that I observed, that instructions communication style was very good. They were very direct, using very direct and simple language. It was very concise and clear communication. And I think there is a cognitive or speech difficulties in the Parkinson, so she was giving a visual cueing to them. And when we were doing the exercises in the first part and we were doing exercise in the wellness center, we observed that rather than doing the verbal, she was preferring the visual cueing as well. So that was basically easy for the Parkinson patient to understand. Second was that exercises. So the instructor or the staff has made or has decided some particular exercises that were very much important for those patients. And I think that was so interesting and so knowledgeable to visit that physio center. And we came to know that how exercises were connected to their body and how it could treat the Parkinson. And basically we learned about so many things, that how developing the abilities or how they have decided or developed the exercises according to the patients, according to the that how they decided the exercises according to the patient's disabilities. So the next thing was the patients. They were very patient, the staff members